Man, I said it in my last video, this game is going to be incredible. So we're talking about XDefiant again because we got more news on the game. The preseason has been shown, what all is going to be available for the first 6 weeks, and then we even got all the content that we're getting for the first year of the game, man. So let's talk about some of this stuff. So first off, we need to start with there's going to be an open session from the 21st to the 23rd. Now that is a small window, but if you played the closed beta, you can play the 20th, starting the 20th. If you still have the XDefiant app on your system and you played the closed beta, you can play through June 20th to the 23rd. And I mean, that's an extra day, man. So I definitely will be jumping on the 20th. I encourage you guys to go ahead and do the same. But anyways, for the first 6 weeks of the preseason, we'll be getting 14 maps, 5 factions. These are the 5 factions that were in the beta, 5 modes. We'll talk about one of the modes that people have been asking for a little bit later in the video. Stick around for that. And 24 weapons and 44 attachments, dude. Okay, so I like this so much because when I played the beta, I didn't even really experience most of these weapons because I jumped in right at the tail end of the beta. But man, these weapons feel so good. So this is all great stuff to see. A lot of this stuff looks like just add-ons to what the beta was and just more fleshed out. Now I want to talk about the year 1 roadmap. So season 1 has already been described, and Mark Rubin already said that every month we will get a new map. In the first year of this game, we will be getting 4 seasons. Now each season will have a battle pass that contains 90 tiers, 3 new maps, 3 new weapons, and a new faction. Each one of these factions though will be based off of a certain Ubisoft franchise or IP or something of the sort. Now I'm actually curious to see which one they're gonna pick because Ubisoft has some good games they can pull from and actually make some great dope factions, man. Like, I'm just already thinking about the tiers and the battle pass. Again, this is a free-to-play game, so a battle pass is not something that I'm necessarily like against. I want to support this game because they're actually listening to the community and trying to make a great product. Now we're gonna jump into real quick, we're gonna not even spend much time on this, last gen updates. They tweeted out and said last gen is actively being worked on so that they can offer a similar great experience to the current gen. We will launch them as soon as they're ready, and they will update us all on the topic closer to launch. That just pretty much says last gen will not be there when next gen launches. Next gen is launching later this summer. I would probably say probably the middle of August, if not the tail end of August, is when we'll see XDefiant launch. I want to take a second real quick because this is some of the stuff that was not discussed in the ubiforward the other day, and it was just discussed on Mark Rubin's Twitter. If you watched my last video, then you know we talked about some of the other stuff that was talked in his tweets. And like I said, he's very active in the community and he talks to the people. So this is some of the stuff that we or you may have missed. So this one guy asked Mark, there will be competitive game modes such as search and destroy or capture the flag, etc. Basically trying to see if there will be modes like that. To which Mark Rubin replied and said, search and destroy has been a big request since the beta and we're working on it now. We won't have it for launch, but hopefully not too long after, say season 1 or season 2. But he also goes on because he had someone else reply to that and say, the fact that search and destroy won't be ready at launch makes me have a sneaky question. Is it possible we're getting maps specifically made for search and destroy 1 life modes? Now this is a very good question because we have arena maps and we have progression maps, and it's kind of cool that this person decided to ask him, will we have like 1 life maps? And Mark replied and said, so search and destroy was on the schedule, but for much further down the road. We increased the priority to get it out as fast as we could, but it still won't be available at launch. That being said, in the future, we would like to explore something along the lines of what you suggested. This is what I'm talking about when I say community, because devs are talking to the players directly. There is no corporation we're hiding behind, no blanketed. You know what? We're not even gonna talk about the other guys. We're not doing that in this video. Anyways, so the next tweet is really cool too. This guy asked, please tell me that the movement we enjoyed during the beta will not be changed unless somehow made more fluid or sped up. I believe that most people are interested in XDefiant because the movement is lacking in the current COD. Now, I just said we wasn't gonna mention other guys. Anyways, Mark Rubin replied and said, no plans of changing the movement. There are some areas we want to improve. Making mantling more fluid is one of them, but no intent to change the current movement, man. And that's another thing I love to hear, because the game felt so good, and it's just great that they're doubling down on what they've made, but it's a good product. It's not like they made something that's bad and they're not listening to the community and then they're just not changing anything. They're doubling down on a good product, and I love to see this. And we'll kind of end it with this one. We talked about this in the last video. Again, I keep talking and referencing that video because there's tweets in that video that we talked about that I'm not necessarily bringing up again, but this is one of them because somebody went and asked this, and it kind of plays into what I talked about earlier with the Codcaster mode, that they said it will be coming to the game. This person asked, is it confirmed yet that match replay or theater mode will be in XDefiant? Now, this is so important because, and some of you guys said it in the last video's comment section, kill cams will help prevent cheaters. And I kind of didn't even think about that because I have been playing games like Call of Duty for so long that kill cam just kind of seems like normal now in games like that. But yeah, dude, I feel like a kill cam, a theater mode, something of the sort definitely will help this game. In which Mark Rubin replied to the tweet and said this: that's not a feature for launch for sure, but I do want it on the roadmap, which they did put it on the roadmap. This was before the ubiforward, so he was asked this before ubiforward. They put it on the roadmap, so it is going to be there, not at launch, but somewhere within the first 4 seasons we will see theater mode, Codcaster mode, some kind of kill cam. So we'll see if and when they can add a feature like that. So again, I think these videos are cool, at least for now, because it just shows the camaraderie between devs and community players. Like, this is a community, and I just keep saying that because Call of Duty has really lost that, and it's sad, but this is where my attention is now, and I'm gonna be on this game. So I encourage you guys to jump in. Again, if you played the closed beta, you can jump in June 20th. You can jump in 1 day early and start playing. I don't have the exact times, but you can jump in a day early. For everybody else, jump in on the 21st and play to the 23rd. Check it out. Man, this game's going to be fire regardless if you check it out or not. So I implore you to go ahead and dip your toe in. And I watched Prestigious Keys video, and he mentioned that prestige mode was gonna be in this game. So I'm not saying it is, but man, if it is, this game has definitely got my money. So anyways, I will catch you guys in the next video. Let me know down in the comment section below, what do you think about XDefiant? What do you think those 4 factions are going to be in the first 4 seasons? I was kind of looking at Ubisoft's properties, and I couldn't come up with nothing, man. The ones that we already have versus the ones that we could get, it's just, they could go anywhere. But I definitely need, Mark Rubin, if you're somehow watching this video, I definitely need the Rayman shirt, or the glow, you know, I need something. I need something from Rayman, please, please. Anyways, I will catch you guys in the next XDefiant video, because you know I'm gonna be on that beta. Peace.